What is this cemetery's link to Scottish literary royalty? And what is this shopping centre's link to Scottish cinema royalty? Find out now on this episode of Astonishing Glasgow. I'm on my bike again today and heading for Pollokshaws and a small hidden graveyard. This is Kirk Lane Cemetery, or the Vennel as it's sometimes known. First used for burials in 1770, and it was the churchyard of a long demolished church. It served the residents of Pollokshaws for over 200 years, from when this area, to the south of the city, was a thriving village in its own right and was a hub of the weaving industry. Burials continued into the 20th century. There's this Commonwealth war grave of T. Muir, who died in 1919. You can see many mentions of weavers on the headstones if you have a wander through the graveyard. Stones like these that are heavily worn in the middle are usually caused by people relieving themselves on the stone, so don't do this when you're in a cemetery. If, like me, you try and find the oldest grave in the graveyard, you will really enjoy this place. Plenty of stones from the 1700s. So what's the literary link? This gravestone tells the story. This is the grave of Robert Thompson, a local weaver, and his wife Betty Burns, daughter of the world famous writer and poet Robert Burns. Elizabeth Betty Burns was born on the 31st of March 1791 in Midlothian, Scotland. She was Robert Burns' illegitimate daughter, though I really hate using that term. She went to live with an aunt. Then in 1808 she married John Thompson. They had several children, including a son, Robert Burns Thompson, who also turned his hand to poetry. Robert Burns Thompson passed away in 1887. One of his verses is engraved on the back of the family headstone. So why would she be buried here in Pollokshaws? When Betty first met John, they moved in with John's family on what was then Pollock Street, but is now Greenview Street, and would have joined the local church congregation. At the time of her death, she was living about a mile away on what was then called Woodside Terrace, but is now Pollokshaws Road, and the site of her home was right here, where the co-op now stands. The traffic must have driven her mental. Pollokshaws has gone through huge changes since it was a village. A lot of the old buildings were torn down and replaced by 1960s high-rise blocks, but these too have now been torn down and replaced in the early 2000s. The 1960s built Shawbridge shopping centre, which served the area, is now looking very, very tired. Fun fact, this is where I came to do my driving test, although the office is long since closed. This is where the Hollywood connection comes in. When shooting the 1996 film Trainspotting, the exterior of the Bookmakers, where the Renton encounters the worst toilet in Scotland, was shot here, but was cut from the final film. What did stay in was Renton rushing to use the toilet and passing this block of flats as he heads in the direction of the Bookmakers. If you want to see my film location guide to Trainspotting, the link is in the top right of your screen right now, and at the end of the video. or visit my film location website at rewoundandfound.com, the link is below. So there's another wee slice of Astonishing Glasgow you might not have known. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, share the video with your friends, and hang about for links to more videos. If you have anything to share about this story, please get in touch through the comments section or the social media links, and see you next time on Astonishing Glasgow.